Hello and welcome to the Gavel. I'm Lanre Lasese and I'll be bringing you highlights of major events that took place in the National Assembly this week. From the one-year anniversary of the abduction of the over 200 schoolgirls from Chibok, which was discussed in the House of Representatives, to issues brought up by the attacks in South Africa, a matter debated by lawmakers. But let's start with some of the first events that took place as the legislative week commenced.
Senate President Senator David Mark has commended the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, for the successful conduct of the 2015 general elections. Speaking at plenary, Senator Mark also applauded the innovation and use of card readers, but urged the electoral body to deal with the shortcomings of the tool. He also commended Nigerians for their role towards ensuring free and fair elections. The Senate President specifically praised President Goodluck Jonathan for conceding defeat to the President-elect, General Muhammadu Buhari.
For the successes of the 2015 general elections, special commendation must go to Professor Atahiru Jega and his team at INEC. The introduction of card readers added value to the electoral process. I therefore urge Nigerians to accept and indeed imbibe the new voting technology. The card readers are proved to be effective, efficient, and result-oriented, and we should embrace this technology. However, INEC must note the areas of its shortcomings based on field reports nationwide and continue to improve on them. I consider it imperative at this point to share my thoughts with all of you. The beauty of every contest is in participating. Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose. It is the same with every election. Whichever way it goes, as long as it reflects the wishes of the people and it is in the best interest of Nigeria and Nigerians, we must learn to accept the outcome in good faith.
The House of Representatives Committee on Environment has identified the need to create awareness of environmental impact assessment laws in the country, with a view to aligning the country with present environmental realities. The chairman of the committee, who spoke to newsmen in Abuja, explained that the move will address the problem of overlapping functions by agencies managing environmental issues in the country.
You will have some areas where you see people citing industries in residential environment without people living in that environment to know that such things cannot happen in that environment. Even the proponent, even those doing it will not even know that we have environmental impact assessment, that they ought to have gone through environmental impact assessment before citing such projects. And we'll have wet season and dry season aspect of it to know the impact of it during the wet season, because it can't be the same impact and the impact of it during the dry season, and we need, as a committee, we feel we should create this awareness. And we have our sister countries too that have such laws, but the laws are not, the awareness is not created for the laws. So.
Now the phrase, "Bring back our girls," is now known all over the world. And on Tuesday, the 14th of April, the world marked the one-year anniversary of the painful event that occurred that fateful day. Federal lawmakers also considered the matter. On Tuesday, the 14th of April, the world marked 1 year of the abduction of over 200 schoolgirls from Chibok. In Abuja, campaigners calling for the rescue of the girls abducted in Chibok, Borno State, took to the streets as part of their week-long activities to mark 1 year of the abduction of the schoolgirls. In the House of Representatives, the matter was brought up as a matter of urgent national importance.
It is exactly 1 year since Boko Haram terrorists stormed the premises of Government Secondary School Chibok in Borno State and took away almost 300 students who were preparing to write their final year examination. Unfortunately, that these girls were captured virtually unchallenged. And it deeply hurts that 1 year on, we have no concrete information as to the whereabouts of these girls. And we are still hoping that it will be possible to reunite the remaining 219 girls with their families, as many believe that hope is not lost. Mr. Speaker, the prayer is this, that the federal government, under the leadership of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and our capable military, should do everything possible to find the remaining 209 girls from Chibok, as Nigerians believe they can still be found.
Debating a motion on the matter, lawmakers said it is not enough to just remember the abducted girls, but that both the legislature and the executive should do everything possible to rescue the girls. The House also commended the armed forces for their recent efforts at fighting the insurgents and the Bring Back Our Girls campaigners who have continued to remind Nigerians on the need to demand for the release of the abducted girls.
Today, for us, is a day to remember. And there is just one prayer to this motion. And the prayer to this motion is that Nigeria does not forget these girls. But Mr. Speaker, in remembering these girls, I think that today is also a day for us to commend the men and women of the Bring Back Our Girls who have sat down at the Unity Fountain every day, in spite of whatever weather conditions they have found, rain, whatever, have sat down there and have reminded us as a nation that after the CNN lights went out, that this was our tragedy and we had to remember.
Now that even the United Nations Secretary General and all the international world leaders have observed that there is something strange in the mystery of these girls, now is the time for all to come together. Let America do all that is within its power. The same thing goes for Europe and every other community. Let them come to our aid to ensure that this administration, in the lifetime of this administration, that these Chibok girls are recovered. I'm sure if Nigerians are determined that we must get our girls back in the manner with which these people who are protesting against it are also doing it, definitely nothing can be too hard for people who are determined.
The prayer for the motion is that the government should do everything possible to recover these girls. As a parliament, I think that is all we can do for now, because we have in the past done all we needed to do, including amending the anti-terror law, making provisions, financial provisions in the budget, without reducing a kobo from the budget of defense, all with the hope and aim that at the end of the day we shall achieve a comprehensive victory over the insurgents, which of course will include recovering the Chibok girls. We pray that God, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, shall not only touch the hearts of the kidnappers of these girls, but also guide our security agents towards discovering these girls.